The Ioniq 5 all-wheel drive receives more EPA estimated range, as well as the battery preconditioning system is standard on all Ioniq 5s. Let's take a look at what changed for the 2023 model year. So for 2023, Hyundai made a few key changes to the Ioniq 5 that I think a lot of people will appreciate. So the first big one that I think a lot of people will enjoy is that Hyundai made the battery heating system as well as the battery preconditioning function standard across all Ioniq 5s. Now previously, the battery heating system was only available on those with the all-wheel drive or the dual motor configurations, and the preconditioning system was actually not active or not available in the last model year, so this is now standard, and it allows the Ioniq 5 to precondition the battery pack when a destination for a fast charger is set in the navigation system. So this is a great improvement for many reasons. The charging time should be a lot more consistent, and those in colder climates that choose the rear-wheel drive for the maximum range will benefit from the battery heating system that keeps the battery pack at a more optimal temperature. Now another big change Hyundai made is they actually raised the rated towing capacity. So previously it was 1,650 pounds for all but the standard range rear-wheel drive Ioniq 5. Now it is rated at 2,300 pounds for, again, all but the standard range rear-wheel drive. So that means all Ioniq 5s minus that one trim level can tow 2,300 pounds. Now I'm not sure why you'd want to be towing with the Ioniq 5 given that EVs and towing don't go hand in hand and you get a really reduced range, but I guess in a pinch where you need to tow around town or short distances or fairly light loads, I guess, the fact that you can tow 2,300 pounds with the Ioniq 5 is really neat. So next, the EPA rated range for the all-wheel drive models is bumped up 10 miles to 266 miles, up from 256. So this again changes the EPA MPGe numbers. So now the all-wheel drive models are rated at 113 equivalent in the city, 90 equivalent highway, and 101 combined. Now I don't believe Hyundai actually changed anything to do with the battery pack itself, rather I think the range is just higher in terms of the EPA estimated range. So that means that most people, probably even with a 2022 Ioniq 5, were able to achieve at least 256 miles, if not a little bit higher. So that's nice to see that there is more EPA estimated range on the 23 model year. So moving on to the exterior, one of the changes that is a little bit disappointing, and that is the projector type LED headlights with the front LED accent lighting is now only available on the limited trim. Now this was previously available on the SEL and limited trim for 2022, but now the nicer headlights with the good rating from the IIHS is only available on the limited trim. So next, moving on to the multimedia changes, the NFC Digital Key 1 is now moving down to the SEL trim level and above. Previously, this was only available on the limited. So this is a benefit for the SEL trim level in the fact that you can now use the Digital Key 1. And for those that might not know the difference between Digital Key 1 and Digital Key 2, Digital Key 2 is the one that supports some iPhones as well as Samsung Galaxy devices. So Digital Key 1 is just the Android devices, and those with Digital Key 2 is the iPhone as well as the Samsung products. So next, under safety, the seatbelt reminder was previously not available at all. It is now standard on all Ioniq 5s for the 23 model year. So lastly, as far as changes, there is a new Gravity Gold matte paint color for the 23 model year. Now this is in addition to the other gray matte color on the Ioniq 5. I'm actually surprised that Hyundai is offering yet another matte paint color, given that definitely requires special care and special soaps for the maintenance of the paint. So I guess I'd rather have more colors to choose from, but I don't think matte is necessarily the way to go for most people. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, please hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments on these model year changes, go ahead and leave them down in the description below, and I'll definitely get back to you. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and checking out some of the other content that is currently available, including other 2023 model year change videos from Hyundai as well as other manufacturers, and also how-to automotive related content. So with all that being said, I hope to see you in the next video.